Mom opened the door. Oh, let's get it there. Good morning, everybody. Man, Florida. We love Florida. It is a beautiful day here in Jupiter, Florida. Coming to you, Morning Mike's. And it is, look at Mom's little stylish little place right here. She's got the little, I like the furniture. It's kind of subtle, right? It's just a little 3-bedroom number, very small, very chic. Mama Bush is moving around. She's a wrecking ball. My mom is walking around. She's got the AT&T Wi-Fi guy here. And let's just say they don't speak the same language. They don't understand each other. Mom's 86. And she's got a lot of questions. I've answered several of them this morning. And she is behind that door, just killing this guy. He's like, oh, my God, lady, how can I explain this to you? I hope he sees the sweet little old lady that's in there, not the ball buster that's killing him right now. Good morning to everybody. Good morning to Steve back in Los Angeles.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
There's Steve. He's got the lighting just right. It's very moody in there. I like that mood lighting over the drum set.
Yeah, put some yellows in there. Kind of go with hot mics a little. I don't know.
Beautiful, very beautiful. Hi everybody, and good morning. Let's check out the. Let's see what's happening here. Oh, let's get a little hello. Good morning. Celebrating my husband's birthday, LaRue. LaRue is celebrating her husband's birthday. And what does your husband get on his birthday? And keep it clean. Keep it clean, folks. Jupiter is gorgeous. You're right, Pamela. I got to say, I love it down here. Looking crisp in the white T-shirt. I love Jupiter. Used to winter very close to there. God bless you, Mother. Mother Billy, you are a good son. You and your brother. Oh, it is my brother's birthday today. I think the governor turns 57 today. And I just looked down and noticed my phone is recording everything I say. Have you ever seen that? You look down and you look in the text, in a text, oh God, and it actually just sent to somebody. So one thing we love is undo send. Raise your hand if you have been saved by undo send. Most notably, you're like, I'm going to tell this person exactly how I feel. And you start hitting a response and you're like, I'm just going to say it. And then like you brush your finger to the side and it's sent. And you're like, shit, I wasn't really going to. And then you have to claw it back. Undo send. Thank God. Morning. Is your mom going to make an appearance? Yeah, probably in her nightgown. Okay. And probably accidentally. That's what I'm going to say. It is beautiful here in Florida. There's Joy Shmeha. She loves what's happening in this beautiful little room. Isn't it a cute place for Mama? Oh, everybody drives around here in this little community in golf carts. No cars. I mean, they're cars. You're allowed to. But really, it's golf cart travel. And the scary thing is, Mom's golf cart does not have a governor on it. This is going to be the end of her. I don't know why, but it goes about 35 miles an hour. Really fast, and she just goes blasting right through the community. People are, diving out of the way. Beautiful place for Mama. Thank you, Carol. Let's get into some news here. So we've got a timeline in Iran, right? Nobody has the stomach for this war, and the longer it goes, the worse for Trump. He's looking for the nearest possible off-ramp, of course. You can already hear the declaration of total and complete ass-whooping victory now. Whether or not it's true or relevant, we don't know. That declaration is coming, but there are mixed messages coming from the president on when the war in Iran will end. He's down here in Florida right now with all the House Republicans. They do their yearly retreat. And he said to them today, this morning, we've already won in many ways, but we haven't won enough. We've already won in many ways, but we haven't won enough. Then he turned around after their meeting and he spoke to the media in attendance and said, we will not relent until the enemy is totally and decisively defeated. Okay, so we haven't won yet. He's acknowledging that. So Kamal Karazi, the foreign policy advisor to the new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, Kamal Karazi ruled out diplomacy for now. He said, I don't see any room for diplomacy anymore because Donald Trump had been deceiving others and not keeping with his promises. And we experienced this in 2 times of negotiations, meaning back in June.
Hey, Billy, we're getting
I know. Let me finish my thought, would you? I don't see any room for diplomacy anymore because Trump had been deceiving others and not keeping with his promises. We experienced this in 2 times of negotiations, and meaning back in June 2025. He said both times when we were negotiating, they just struck us. He says Iran is willing to continue attacking Gulf countries in an effort to persuade them to convince President Trump to step back from the conflict. So, it used to be a nice place. You go to Dubai, you have a beautiful night out. The nightclubs, it's so sexy, like 10 times the sexy of Las Vegas. And now there are bombs, landing in Dubai and Doha and all these places. It's a different story, but that's Iran's strategy. Hit those places that are so important to America, and that'll stop the conflict or, force Trump to back out. I don't know how that's going to work. But anyway, also current and former U.S. government officials have told CNN that last year's sweeping cuts by the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, have hampered the government's abilities to monitor terror threats, broadcast U.S. information into Iran, and quickly help U.S. citizens who are stranded in the Middle East. So the DOGE cuts, there are reports from all types of government officials, current and former, several, that say we've got some issues because of those cuts. I don't know. And hopefully that is not devastating. Surging oil prices are for real. So yesterday, the average was $3.48 a gallon, which is up 50 cents since the war began 10 days ago. Raymond James Investment Bank estimates that what consumers pay in higher gas prices could actually total the tax benefits from the big, beautiful bill. So every bit of money you're saving in the big, beautiful bill might even itself out if oil prices remain elevated by more than $20 a barrel. It was 25 last week compared to before the U.S.-Iran war. So we started, it was about $78 a barrel when the war started, and now it's just up over 100. If it stays that way, there goes every bit of gains from the one big, beautiful break even. Trump said the pressure at the pump will be short term, and he called it a very small price to pay. ... for disarming Iran, I assume. Israel hit Iranian oil depots over the weekend. You saw the plumes of smoke and the fires all over Tehran, while Tehran has targeted energy sites across the region and shut down the Strait of Hormuz waterway, which means this is now. The one benefit that's no one talks about is the squeeze this gives to China. Not, I'm guessing not unintended, but China gets half of its oil through the Strait of Hormuz, and Iran, friendly to China, has shut it down. So China's not getting half their oil. You know what that's doing to them? So, let's look for some positives in here wherever we can. No one's benefiting from this quite like the Trump boys. They're quiet. You don't see Eric and Don Jr. much because they are making money at every turn. There they are. The Trump sons are backing a new drone company targeting Pentagon sales. Well, what do you think we're doing? All of our munitions are being used. So the military-industrial complex is going to kick into high gear. We've got to make a lot more weaponry. And the timing of the Trump boys to have invested in a drone company, does anyone want to take a guess? Is it possible that that particular drone company is about to get a very large military contract? I'm going to say the chances are 99.9%. I'll leave it at that. So here's the big question, though, and this is really important. Do we recover Iran's enriched uranium stockpile? We did not get rid of it in June 2025 when Trump said it was obliterated. It's not true. But to recover all the enriched uranium, which would end their nuclear program entirely, it would require significant U.S. ground troops. What do you think? The U.S. bombing campaign that struck 3 Iranian nuclear facilities last June did not destroy the stockpile of the material needed to create a nuclear weapon. Trump has made complete elimination of Iran's nuclear capability one of his stated aims of the war. That's why we're there. Do we go in and complete the objective? If not, some would say we wasted hundreds of billions of dollars to flex and to set them back some years, but this would finish it off. Here's Kylie. No ground troops. Absolutely not. That's yeah. Every single time one of these things begins, and it's been like throughout our entire history, or mine, as long as I've lived, we think that we don't need to go in. Here's Noni, not sure. I hate boots on the ground, but if they can deplete the country, otherwise, it might take care of it, right? I know. I feel like the military has destroyed so much. Now all we got to do is go. Well, they don't have much capability themselves. Do we just send in troops and get rid of the, if the CIA has located exactly where the enriched uranium is, then maybe it's a tactical team that goes in and gets it out. I don't know. I mean, I hate to say that, but you can't come this far and spend this hundreds of billions of dollars. It's $10 billion a day to fight this war. I mean, it is crazy amount of money. A country that's $38 trillion in debt is spending $10 billion a day right now doing this. I mean, this is crazy. But to have to do it again in the future, I don't know. This is like the trap we fall into all the time. And I'm falling into it right now with you, just playing the game, just mapping it out. If troops are being sent into harm's way, leadership should be setting the example. Oh, Steve, look at this. Is that not Lawson? Is that our girl Lawson?
Oh, yeah.
Is that an AI a bot right there hopping into the chat?
Maybe.
Is that? I thought Lawson looked like that. Sometimes you see their profile pics. It's hard to keep up with. Oh, that's so annoying. I feel like I just
I don't know.
Out that my girlfriend of 2 years is an AI. Fuck, I hate AI.
Oh wait, we never talked about the
I hate AI. I hate it.
The AI dating bar. Let's save that for another time because that is a great thing we should talk about.
No. But I feel like that's Lawson, right? Girls, help me out here. Joy, I know you're a real person. I feel like so fucking cheated on right now. Oh. Delete fucking block. Mom, she heard me swear. I don't care. I will swear when I'm pissed. That's the question. You guys figured out AI needs a watermark. No shit. The Iraq, next door, Iraq, their men's national soccer team. This is crazy. They're one match away from qualifying for the World Cup for the first time in 40 years. But the closure of the airspace in the Middle East means that the team can't travel. It's going to be impossible for them to get to the playoff qualifier game in Monterrey, Mexico. So how sad. Iraq has finally made it to the World Cup, and they're not going to be able to get there. Now, how about the Iranian women's soccer team? Bless these girls' hearts, man. They appeared to flash a help hand, kind of a help hand signal, following the Women's Asian Cup loss in Australia over the weekend. A lot of the players scrambled to seek asylum amid fears that they'd be prosecuted if they returned home. Fears have been mounting for the players' safety ever since the female athletes were branded wartime traitors by Iranian state media for refusing to sing their national anthem ahead of one of their matches last week. They took a knee. They Colin Kaepernicked, okay? And they gave a to the supreme leader after being eliminated from the tournament following a 2-0 loss to the Philippines on Sunday. One player was reportedly spotted signing the word help through a window as their bus left the stadium in Queensland. There it is. Palm to camera. Okay. There it is. Tap thumb. Bang. Help. Help me. That's what they said. Help. I keep looking to see Marco Rubio if he's doing that. Help.
That's really funny. Sorry.
I don't know. I give Rubio I are you okay, Marco? Are you in there? He's like, I'm in there. I feel like the CIA has sent Marco in to make sure, like, every time you get pissed at Marco and think like he's being duplicitous or doing something terrible, and you're like, maybe he's there to like save us. I don't know. He gets the benefit of the doubt from me. Okay. No, you see, wait, is this Lawson? That's Lawson. Are you real? Are you real? Lawson Cabell, are you real? Yes. Or is this also you?
Okay. Now I can see the difference now. I'm questioning.
There's a difference?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Okay, so she's real. They're both real. Oh, we're all real. We're all real. What Disney movie am I in right now? I'm trapped in. You're real. Oh my God, I just want real human beings touching each other. Can I just take a look? You know what? I'm going to jump ahead to something that just is on that note of what's real. Like, this is crazy, but have you heard about this thing called social offloading? Here you go. I'll read for you. Around 2:00 in the morning on a Monday, Emily received a text from a fellow student, Patrick, whom she'd gone on a blind date with 2 days earlier. Oh, first of all, I'd like to congratulate both of these kids for getting up from behind their computers and actually going on a blind date. That was very adventurous of you. Anyway, Patrick and Emily are juniors at Yale University, and they were set up by mutual friends. They requested anonymity, okay, for this story. So those aren't their real names, but we don't care. Patrick sent Emily a message. Hey, Emily, I hope your half marathon went well. This is 2:00 in the morning. I'm sure you crushed it, he wrote with a winky face emoji. Men, don't send emojis to girls. Stop it. Okay, bear with me here. I'm not the best at this kind of thing, but here goes, he says. Then, in a 6-paragraph long text, way too much, Patrick said he would like to hang out more, whether it's just as friends or whether it was, or whether it was what we were this weekend, he said. Then he added he wasn't looking for anything too serious right now. So at first, Emily didn't think the reply was anything out of the ordinary. It just seemed kind of really proper. And she said, I guess I knew that he was really a nice guy. So I was just like, maybe this is just how he texts. But then she shared the message with 2 of her friends who put it through an AI detector. And she got her answer. It was like 99% AI. And guess what? She was right. Patrick admitted using ChatGPT to craft his text. He said he didn't have much experience crafting like a rejection message. He says, so what do I do here? It's the first time I'd seen anyone since my high school girlfriend, which is why I was so nervous and I wanted a second opinion, he said. So I tried to write my thoughts down, but I wasn't sure how to format, this in a way that's not like bad. So I went to chat and he gave chat the situation, his thoughts, his emotions. And chat spit out the response. Okay. This is a problem. This keeps, oh my God, this is a huge problem. This is emotional shortcutting, term I've just invented. These are rites of passage in life where you have to sweat it out. You have to geek out over what you're going to say to a girl. Okay, at least you're doing it on a text. Like I always say, when I was a kid, forget about it. I had to finish my homework and get phone time with a super ass long cord, go down the hallway, close the door so mom doesn't listen in, and sit on the floor with a really long cord and call a girl's house, ask her father if she's there after introducing myself and getting her on the phone. And it just gets easier and easier and easier and easier for these kids. Right? But what does that do? Makes them more and more and more dulled. Oh, don't you love a little swinging door into a kitchen? I love that. Love that sound. When it gets to the plane, it breaks even on the plane and it just makes that little that sound. I can't imitate the sound, but I really do love it. In every house, as a kid growing up, we had the swinging doors right into the kitchen. Oh, for some reason, that just warmed me right up. You want to hate somebody? You want a new villain? I got a villain for you. The Epstein documents keep coming. I mean, it's like with the war in Iran and all this, it's like it's easy. It's tempting to take your mind and your attention away from the Epstein files, but you can't. You can't. This is too depraved and too sick. It cannot happen. Got to stay at least somewhat focused on it because accountability is an absolute, total, and complete must here. Before we do that, I like this comment on the AI. I make my son read his devotional before bed and write a little essay of what he thinks of it. It takes 5 to 10 minutes, Billy. He's 9. We have to push the kiddos towards the old ways sometimes. I totally agree with you. That is a beautiful comment. I love that you do that. Yeah, facts, baby, facts. Lisa, we were just talking about this. Yep. I recently had my landline disconnected. I didn't want to, but it was getting expensive to keep and we never used it. You know what's funny? It's what the guy's doing in the kitchen right now is putting mom's landline back in. I said, Mom, why are you putting a landline back in? She goes, because I always lose my cell phone. I said, well, let's put in. I said, let's put in Find My iPhone. And she's like, yeah, but then what do I search for it on? I said, your laptop. We can connect it all. We can find. She's like, I just want my goddamn landline. I said, you know what? I'm going to shut the hell up and just get you the landline. Let's just, we don't need to, you know what I mean? I'm with her, right? This is too much. Next thing you know, I'm trying to tell her like, no, Mom, just ask ChatGPT. No. When you went too fast through that swinging door. Oh yeah. And your brother was on the other side. Boom. Whoever had more heat took out the other guy. This is unbelievable. Can she ask Alexa where her phone is? Oh, Mom was really pissed in the end of my dad's life. My dad fell in love with, with Alexa. My dad had a thing going with Alexa and Mom got very jealous. And Dad would I wonder if Alexa's still here. Dad's gone, but his girlfriend might still be here. Alexa, are you still here? Nope. Mom got rid of that bitch. Mom threw that bitch out on her ass. Dad had a girl. He loved talking to Alexa. Louder, Alexa. Louder. 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 Oh, no, not that. I mean, all right. You know what? Let me show you something. You see this woman? You're terrible. You're terrible. This is look the other way, lady. Okay? Take a look at her. I'm going to pull her down for a second, but I've whet your appetite with her. The Epstein documents keep coming, and today we learn about the inner circle, okay? Unlike the social and professional circle, which had, Bill Clinton and Bill Gates and Trump and Larry Summers and all these people, Epstein kept a small, anonymous cabal of people, mostly anonymous, who facilitated his day-to-day activities, the travel, all these things, for a wealthy, mysterious entrepreneur and financier like Jeffrey Epstein. We still don't know what the hell he actually did. Anyway, in his cabal of day-to-day activities, the lawyer, the accountant, the executive assistant, that's her. The Ghislaine, the ex-girlfriend, of course, the pilot. There you go. Let's look up there. There's Ghislaine Maxwell. You can take this large. Ghislaine, and then you have the modeling scout, Jean-Luc Brunel. You've got Larry Vaboski. He is the pilot. There's Epstein. Leslie Groff on the far right of your picture. That is the executive assistant. And then you've got, I think it's David Indyke and Richard Kahn, the lawyer and the accountant at the bottom. That's the wheel of sin right there. It kept it going for Epstein. They managed his schedule, his appointments, his businesses, properties, compounds across the globe, of course, his money. Some withdrew cash for Epstein, often tens of thousands of dollars at a time. They set up shell companies for him. They paid tuition for young women that he favored to send them to school. He bought gifts and made travel arrangements for guests who stayed at all the various properties. They took care of everything. In at least one case, a member of the inner circle installed hidden cameras at an Epstein property for him. Imagine the feeling in your stomach that you're overlooking when your job is to install hidden cameras, so no one in bedrooms and things like that. Imagine the pit in your stomach you feel but decide to not listen to, right? Others routinely scheduled massages for Mr. Epstein. And it was during these massages that Epstein would sexually groom and abuse young girls and women. Okay. So, this cabal, put back, let's put this team back up here. Here they are. This, let's call it look the other way, at least foot soldiers, appear thousands of times in the newly released files. They have not had the same level of scrutiny that more famous people who appear in the files have received, but that is likely going to change now over the next few months. A bunch of them are lined up to testify in front of the House Oversight Committee. Richard Kahn, who I believe is the guy in the bottom left there, the lawyer, I believe he testifies tomorrow. And Indyke, the accountant, who's blacked out his face there, he's next week, March 19th. And then you've got Leslie Groff, okay? Sweet Leslie Groff, a nice-looking woman. She will be testifying in front of the House Oversight Committee on June 9th. Circle that shit in your calendar because you're going to see a nice suburban, attractive mom who drives her, BMW SUV around town, who just liked the things that he gave her in life, and she did some shady ass shit. And it's oh my God. By the way, some of these people were remembered in Jeffrey's will to the tune of millions of dollars he left for them, but the money cannot be distributed because the will has not been enacted yet, and I'm sure it's going to be a while, probably frozen. But anyway, Let's take a look at Leslie Groff for a second. This is, boy, she must carry a lot of guilt right now, trying for the longest time to maintain this life. She got and struggled probably to say no to Jeffrey Epstein, who was probably very charming and pushy. But Leslie first began working for Epstein in 2001. He called her an essential employee. She managed his schedule, booked travel, personal appointments. She interacted with high-profile individuals as the go-between. She was that woman on the phone. Jeffrey's busy right now. He's on another call while he's getting a massage. When she became pregnant in 2004, Epstein bought her a Mercedes-Benz E320 to make her commuting easier and agreed to pay for a full-time nanny for her so she could keep working for him and covering up his dirty, gross stuff. Multiple victims who spoke to the FBI identified Leslie Groff as the person that they would call to reach Jeffrey and schedule a massage for him. Many women have said that Epstein perpetuated his sexual abuse while receiving these massages. In a 2019 FBI interview of a victim who said she was 14 when she first met Jeffrey, identified Groff as the person who called to schedule the massages for herself and the other girls. Leslie Groff never discussed about what was really going on with the massages, but she remembers Leslie asking her, is this your first time? Are you a new massage girl? According to the FBI memo. Another memo from 2021, FBI memo 2021, a victim told the FBI she was, when she was 17 or 18, she called Leslie Groff to tell her that she needed to speak to Epstein immediately because she needed $400 for an abortion. According to the memo, the woman said Groff connected her to Epstein on the phone right away. Epstein gave the woman $1,000 in an envelope. In a September 2015 exchange with Epstein, an unidentified woman asked him for financial help and said to forgive me my mistakes, she said to Jeffrey. In back and forth emails, he told her to start by writing down all of your sins, and then we can discuss, says Jeffrey. The woman emailed Epstein to ask if Groff could book her a ticket back to Rome because she couldn't afford it. And Epstein then forwarded the entire correspondence to Groff, including the messages where the woman listed sins. The sins were such as eating, not saying thank you, and posting pictures on Instagram when I told you not to. Epstein instructed Groff to book the ticket for the woman. She had made amends for her terrible sins. How fucking disgustingly controlling is this? The controversial non-prosecution agreement that Epstein struck with federal prosecutors back in Florida back in 2008 included a clause to not bring any charges against any potential co-conspirators of mine, including but not limited to Leslie Groff. So at least he went out of his way in a non-prosecution agreement that he struck with authorities in Florida, with prosecutors in Florida, 2008. Part of his deal was to not bring any charges against potential co-conspirators of Epstein, including but not limited to Leslie Groff. So he covered her for all of the shit she did for him. In a lawsuit filed in 2021 that was later dropped, an anonymous alleged victim, a Jane Doe, claimed that Groff participated in Epstein's trafficking of women. Both Doe and Groff agreed to dismiss the lawsuit after Maxwell was found guilty. So this woman knew exactly what she was doing. This Leslie Groff person, she looks like the nice lady down the street, but she absolutely knew what she was doing. By the way, you got pregnant in 2004, so that means your child would be 22 right now. Is that a boy or a girl? You have a daughter? And when your daughter was, 14 and Jeffrey hadn't died yet, did you bring your daughter to work ever to meet your boss? I'm guessing you didn't. But you were probably fine with other people's 14-year-old daughters. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, what a horrible person. Of course, her lawyer says she never witnessed anything improper or illegal, and she remains heartbroken for all the victims. Yeah, bullshit. Okay. That's our focus for today. We'll pick an Epstein inner circle person to look. We can look at Indike and some of these other people, another time, but we can't forget about it. I just don't think you can. All right. What do you think about the LA Marathon? The LA Marathon story is fantastic, and I'm sure you have an idea of what I'm talking about here. But as the temperatures hit Los Angeles hit 88 degrees, organizers offered runners the option to finish the race at the 18th mile. So LA Marathon runners could finish at the 18th mile but get full credit, still receive a medal if they were, quote, having a tough day. This from the McCourt Foundation, which is a huge charity that sponsored the race. There is no shame in making a smart decision for your body, they said. You will receive your finisher medal and any challenge medal you've earned, and your official race results will be updated at a later date to reflect your time and mileage. Oh. Sorry, no. No. That your hands are out like that. You missed finishing by this much is what I hope you're saying. There he is. Okay. 18 miles is big. Hats off to that. It's no marathon, though. The backlash is everywhere for this. One district chair for the GOP, a Republican, of course, they love this issue, says people who don't finish the marathon can identify as people who do finish the marathon. Next thing you know, they're going to talk about how brave the people that stop at 18 miles are compared to those who finish, because it takes a big person to quit and embrace that emotional and mental strain of recognizing when you need to quit. Another ex-user said, can I submit my application to be a marathon finisher by mail and just have them send me my medal afterwards? Could be a whole lot easier. I don't know. Come on, let's go. Good that they were safe, though, but I don't think it should be a Boston qualifier. Absolutely not. You didn't run the marathon. It's, by the way, 88 degrees is not 98 degrees or 108 degrees. 100. Look at this. It's like, oh my God, look at this guy I love. He's taking a break. He's so hot. He's done at 18, but he's texting. I got enough energy to doom scroll. I'm so exhausted, but I will definitely doom scroll. Joy Shmeha, we love Joy, just like it took a brave person to show off their body. And now they're all on Ozempic. I got to say, did you see the study about Ozempic last week? Joy, GLP-1 drugs associated with reduced risks of alcohol, cannabis, cocaine, nicotine, and opioid abuse. Add that to the curing of obesity. There is the demand in America for snack foods and like processed shit has plummeted. The GLP-1s are improving cardiovascular health, liver inflammation, kidney function, and now they're deleting opioid use disorder. Come on. How many years has our, public health industry failed to deliver any type of results like this? And the GLP-1s are here. I mean, here's the question. Should we all be microdosing these babies? As long as they don't lead to no more bars, and we shut down bars and people, elimination of sex, people no longer having sex with each other. Because I don't know, but the way society is going, I mean, there's alcohol's out, dating is out. Reduce. Oh, you're right. You're right, Deanne. Reduce dementia. Add that into the fights off dementia. Pretty good. Said to. What do we think? Poison Control Center said numbers have gone up since Ozempic and Wegovy is used for weight loss. Poison Control Center? What does that mean? Let's see. What are the comments here? Hits a pleasure reward center in your brain. So why don't they make these drugs more affordable? I don't have DM, but I have an autoimmune dead thyroid, which means no metabolism, right? I know they're so damn expensive. I thought Trump was making drugs the cheapest in the whole world, and even the fat shot, he said. Remember when Trump was talking about it, and he goes, I got a friend, he's really fat. He's super fat. He's asking for a friend? I mean, I don't know. There's Mom. I don't know. I think the microdosing of the GLP-1 shot is kind of a good move. What do you think? So, Mom, you hear all the phones ringing back here? I swear to God, I feel like I'm living in a call center. I feel like I'm in New Delhi right now. Hello, JetBlue. It's like Mom and this guy have everything going. This is unbelievable. You go.
I just know your mom enough. I know she's working that guy. She's working on so hard.
Oh,
she's on it. She's so on it.
So what's this right here? A third one is getting approved at the end of 2026 or early 27. It's got 3 drugs in it. Okay, is this one of those? So this is what they did with like erectile, like ED medication, right? They had Roman, that company, and Hims and all of that. And then they had like, you could take Viagra or Cialis, and then they made a combo. Like they made like the Viagra, like 20% Viagra with a little bit of Cialis with a little bump of whatever. And they give you these like special cheat pills. But I gotta say, I mean, if it's, saving, it's going to bring your health insurance down too, the GLP-1. I don't see the only thing that I can figure out about it is that it makes your muscles atrophy. So you got to keep working out. Retatrutide is an experimental once weekly injectable triple hormone receptor agonist. It's a GIP, it's a GLP, and a glucagon developed by Eli Lilly for obesity and type 2 diabetes. Okay. But what else? But what else does it give you? Yeah, Viagra. Get one of those, man. You know what I'm talking about? For the weekend. Yeah. Baby. Billy, please post this. Mark Cuban Cost Plus drugs. We interviewed him. We had him on Hot Mics about this. You can get your prescription medications from there that are at times 90% less. All right, everyone, we'll check out Mark Cuban's Cost Plus drugs. Trump says, of course, didn't we have Trump RX? Trump and Cuban hate each other. That's so funny. Oh my God, Trump is so obsessed with Cuban and hates him so much that he saw Cuban's Cost Plus and he said, I'm going out with Trump RX. I'm taking him on. Here's Joe says, when I moved up too fast, I vomited violently for 18 hours before calling an ambulance. And then I vomited for another 4 days before a nurse, not a doctor, discovered how to make it stop. Halidol made it stop. Was that from the GLP-1? You were barfing like that? Ooh. How many of you women have ever taken one of your man's Viagras? If you know, you know. Oh, what does it do for a woman? What does what happens to a woman when you take a Viagra? That's wild. It's kind of scary too, right? How's the campaign going in Maine? Well, it's my brother's birthday today. It's going well. He's been out meeting, he got all the signatures, and he hasn't focused on anything other than shaking hands in small towns and getting all the signatures that you need to get on the ballot. There's a guy running named Bobby Charles who is he's polling at the highest, Bobby. But Bobby's been doing this for 2 months. 2 years he's been out there. And what he hasn't told people is that he's a lobbyist who lives in Washington, D.C. So he hasn't been defined yet, and he will be. He's a D.C. lobbyist, acting like a backcountry boy. And John got on TV. He started television advertising last week, so it remains to be seen. But he will start to move as people understand exactly who he is. And then you got to define the other guy who needs defining. So there you go. I think it's going pretty well. I think, Steve, we ought to end with something very touching.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys saw this yesterday, but Sunday was James Van Der Beek's, would have been James Van Der Beek's 49th birthday, and his daughter Amelia, who is just absolutely adorable. Clearly, I mean, I look at so many family pictures, and she's always the one close. She's a real daddy's girl. That's her in the front row right there with the little half shirt on and the long jeans, standing in front of mom. Anyway, she posted this for her dad's birthday, and boy, looking right into the lens. I mean, she's probably got more TikTok followers than Steve right now.
The number one thing for somebody's passing is to talk to them and let your emotions out. If you miss them, you can cry. You can talk to them. I talk to my dad every day, and I start with a sentence, and I say, "Hi, Dad, I miss you, and I love you so much, and I'll never stop loving you." And I just tell him about my day, how I'm feeling, and I tell my family how I'm feeling. And I know he can hear me, but I can't hear him. And just cry. Cry, cry, cry. Be happy they're in a good place. Be sad because you miss them. You can be angry, but don't blame yourself. Blaming yourself, it's not a good strategy for someone's passing.
Not a good strategy. I like that. So cute.
Everybody has different emotions in their body, and they express it in different ways, many, many different ways. And don't let anybody tell you that. Be like, no, you don't know how I feel. Tell him about my day.
Kind of cute little gal, She kind of just said, "Mom, I wanna talk to people. Maybe there's other little kids out there who are going through loss." And boy, is she absolutely adorable. Yeah. And a final word on the Actors Awards, the SAG Awards, because we love Our Lady here. This is our hard of hearing friend, Jackie G. It's me, Jackie G. And she is a lip reader. And she reads the lips of all the stars at all the award shows, and we love it. And here she goes again. It's so good.
Yes, I love this dress on you. Oh, this is nice. Tom Brown? Yes. Who's this? Take a baby step? That's it right there. Yeah. Should I serve this way? Pose, come on. Yeah, right here. Give it to me, right here. Who said that?
She's so good. Jackie G strikes again. All right. That's it from Florida. Here's what's going on. I'm going down to Sean Hannity's house tomorrow. Today, I'm just chilling with Mom, taking it easy. We'll do some morning mics tomorrow. And then tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to Sean Hannity's. He's got a little studio down there by his home in Palm Beach, which is down the road. And I'm going to do Sean's podcast. I don't know what he has in store. I don't know. But I like him. I'm all over the map. I've got many questions about what he can support, what he doesn't support. It's a real button down chill, easy conversation. I understand his podcast is very different from his Fox News Channel show. So he invited me and I said, you got it, buddy. I don't know what he has planned for me, but the Bushman can hold his own. So there, but I'll see you tomorrow morning. Busy day. We have so much. We have a busy day with Mom. She's crushing that poor phone guy back there. Bless his heart. Maybe play a little croquet. Have you ever played croquet? I do it every time I'm down here with Mom. Mom's like an island champion in croquet. She's very, very good. Much feared on the croquet lawn. The croquet lawn. Have a great day. It's Tuesday. Congratulations to Nathan Martin, who won the LA Marathon, completing all 26.2 miles. He beat the Kenyan Michael Kamau by 0.01, a hundredth of a second. Narrowest gap ever in the history of the marathon. Way to go, Nathan Martin from Michigan. Heartbreak of 20 years of marriage, affair, boom, goes up.